Y'all welcome Mr. Greg Whitfield.
God, this is such a good room. And it's the people sitting in it that make it. This morning's light played on the water, shining out in all directions. Made me recall your eyes and how they used to shine when you were feeling love for me. Now they've long since lost their luster. Nowadays all you can muster is a smile. And I cry not for the past I've lost, but for the future that will never be. 'Cause I looked ahead so many times, with all my days to come ahead of me. When all the trees would tower and we'd sit beneath them hours at a time. And we'd help ourselves to all the old indulgences we put on hold so long. And we reap the quiet pleasures of our love. God, it would have been so fine. But now I've lost you, and I've lost all my days to come. I guess I must have let the fun go out of loving me, 'cause you ain't loving me. Why have I lost you when I treated you so kind? What do you expect to find? You say it isn't me, it's you. There's nothing anyone can do, but how do you expect me to go on? Now that all my days to come are gone. The way the wind blew cold this evening on my face as you were leaving made me sigh. For the first time in years I cried the tears of a single man alone. Maybe if I was to blame, then I could stand here feeling shame instead of empty. But all I feel is sorrow for a lifetime of tomorrows that are gone. And now I've lost you, and I've lost all my days to come. I guess I must have let the fun go out of loving me, 'cause you ain't loving me. Why have I lost you when I treated you so kind? What did you expect to find? You say it isn't me, it's you. There's nothing anyone can do, but how do you expect me to go on? Now that all my days to come are gone. Ooh, they come and go. Thank you. Thank you so much. I have a relatively new song. I did this, but I tried really hard to write a Beatles song. That's really hard to do. This is a result of that homework assignment. It's called Enough. It's enough to be loved. It's enough to belong to someone like I do. It's enough to be loved when the one who loves you more than life, just like you do. When the world turns too fast and the future has become the past too soon, it seems that with you time is still and your touch can warm the coldest winter chill. Enough for me. Clouds hide the sun. There's light in your eyes that shine, and that's enough for me. Day fades to night, you are here and the world is right, and that's enough for me. That's where I started. I changed keys to my credit. All right. We'll do
No influence there.
Yeah. Was that Pete Townsend that said that? Two kinds of musicians. Those were influenced by the Beatles and liars. I had a grandmother on my dad's side that lived in San Antonio. We would go down there, and invariably she would whip out the photo album, and it was massive. It was a huge photo album, and it had all these sepia tone pictures of dead people that I was related to somehow. It was really important to her to pass that on, and it was captivating for a 9-year-old. As you can imagine, but as an adult, I kind of get it. So, anyway, that's what this one's about, and it's called Safekeeping. Older than time, weathered and lined from the years upon years, tears upon tears, she's outlasted them all. Even her children, all married and gone. So she's left alone with her memories tonight. she's holding them tight. They're her reason for living. She keeps them alive on the hope that someday she can give them away for safekeeping. Then she'll be free to move on. A neighbor's hello brings a flicker of hope, but they seldom stay long. They wave and move on, and her grandchildren call, but don't listen at all. They have lives of their own. So she's left alone with her memories tonight. She's holding them tight. They're her reason for living. She keeps them alive on the hope that someday she can give them away for safekeeping, and then she'll be free to move on. She passes them on to the few who will listen, and hopes they remember them well when she's gone. And sometimes she longs for the race to be over, and sometimes she hasn't the strength to go on. She woke up today and making her way to the kitchen for tea. She swore she could see in the light down the hall the faces of all she had loved and survived, and the whole of her life played before her as though those memories of old that she labored to save took on life of their own. As she gave up the fight and walked into the light of safekeeping, she's finally found her way home. In a land of safekeeping, she's finally found her way home. I'm going to do this one just to change gears. This is a good gear changer, I think. A joke? All right. Did you hear about the singer-songwriter that was convicted of murder? And the judge gave him the acoustic chair. Yeah. I stopped to smell the flowers, 7 wasted hours. I have not done a thing all day, but I won't let that bother me. I won't be losing any sleep, 'cause somebody's doing something somewhere. Well, maybe I should take a nap, or read a magazine, or sit here flipping channels, or grab a bite to eat. This lifestyle's sure seductive, but I don't feel unproductive, 'cause somebody's doing something somewhere. the wash or at least go to the gym. Yeah, I probably ought to mow the lawn, but this hammock that I'm in is awfully damn seductive, and I don't feel unproductive, 'cause somebody's doing something somewhere. Somebody's doing something somewhere. Somebody's doing something somewhere. See what I mean about changing gears? God, this is so fun. I can't tell you how fun this is. It's really fun. I have this sort of jazzy song. This is going to make you want to order a gin. Gin and something. Can you slow that ceiling fan down a little bit? Look at you, a picture of beauty I never knew. A vision so lovely could love me too, and make me the envy of all who see, and leave them to guess what this one so fine could see in this man. And they wonder why they can't have one too, for their very own, this picture of beauty, you. On canvas fine, the works of a master will fade with time, and sooner or later will cease to be. But God in his infinite mystery created a beauty that grows with time, and for reasons unknown, this treasure is mine. What a lovely view, this picture of beauty, you. Sunlight, stars bright, colors of changing hue. No man's skilled hands ever could capture you. Look at you, a picture of beauty, a dream come true, a glimpse into heaven, an answered prayer, the wish of a lifetime beyond compare, a vision of beauty that grows with time, and for reasons unknown, this treasure is mine. What a lovely view, this picture of beauty, you. Thank you. It's kind of Tony Bennett-ish, don't you think? There's a little music store in Mountain Home, Arkansas, and I was in it one time, and I walked in, and amongst all of the mouth harps and dulcimers, there was one guitar in the whole shop, and it was a 1938 0018 Martin. It was beautiful, and the guys behind the counter told me that it belonged to a lady in town. Turns out it was her wedding gift from her late husband, who had bought it for her, and she still had the original sales receipt in the case, and she kept it under her bed, and she brought it out once a year to the shop for them to put new strings on it, and then she'd go put it back under the bed. So that's where this song came from. I was made by loving hands in Nazareth, Pennsylvania, in the wintertime of 1939. And the hands that shaped my sides and back have long since been forgotten. But I was built to stand the test of time. I was given to a young man for his high school graduation. And for a time, I rarely left his side. I helped him learn the music of his hero, Woody Guthrie. We had a fine existence, he and I. Then the army called his number and shipped him off to the Pacific. Then he never made it home to me again. I was packed away in storage, and the silence nearly killed me. His parents did not seem to understand that all I ever wanted were two hands upon my strings. Somebody who knew just enough to make my rosewood sing. My worth is only measured by the pleasure that I bring to the one who has his hands upon the strings. To the one who has his hands upon the strings. Well, I ended up in Nashville, where an aging country singer paid a fortune just to hang me on a wall. And I appeared on album covers, and I was on the Grand Ole Opry, but he never even played a note at all. Then the IRS came calling. I was rescued from my prison, moved to Liverpool in 1983. I was played and scratched and borrowed, I was pawned and I was stolen, but none of these things mattered much to me, 'cause all I ever wanted were two hands upon my strings. Somebody who knew just enough to make my rosewood sing. My worth is only measured by the pleasure that I bring to the one who has his hands upon the strings. To the one who has his hands upon the strings. Past 60 years, and no one can afford me. I'm photographed but rarely ever seen. Well, I would rather end up firewood than to hang in some museum. Won't somebody come and play a song with me? 'Cause all I ever want were two hands upon my strings. Somebody who knew just enough to make my rosewood sing. My worth is only measured by the pleasure that I bring to the one who has his hands upon the strings. To the one who has his hands upon the strings. very much.
How about you, Wonder?
Okay. All right, here we go. This is called You Don't Laugh Anymore. Closest thing to a sermon that I've ever written. Although my brother used that last one in a sermon. I come from a family of priests. My brother called me one time and said, hey, you mind if I use Martin's song in a sermon? Okay. God played guitar? I didn't know that. But this one is kind of sermonish. I'd get away with this one at a cowboy church, probably. Yesterday I heard another sad account of how two lovers found that they had let each other do the other wrong. A love they knew would last forever could have kept them both together, but now they're thinking something better just might come along. And they think that it's themselves they're living for. Every sun that rises sees them cry a little more. But I believe it doesn't have to be that way. Love is won or lost by little things along the way. Don't count on equal giving, or you wind up keeping score. And you wonder why you don't laugh anymore. So I asked them how it came to be. Was it lies or jealousy, or a case of infidelity that ended everything? But neither one could say just when they came to know they were not friends. I guess how love begins and ends depends on little things. When we think that it's ourselves we're living for, and every sun that rises sees us sink a little more. But I believe it doesn't have to be that way. Love is won or lost by little things along the way. Don't count on equal giving, or you wind up keeping score. And you wonder why you don't laugh anymore. But I believe it doesn't have to be that way. Love is won or lost by little things along the way. Don't count equal giving, or you wind up keeping score. And you wonder why you don't laugh anymore. And you wonder why you don't laugh anymore. Ooh, and you wonder why you don't laugh anymore. Thank you very much. Time to change the radio station, don't you think? 1:45, nowhere to go. Y'all are probably like the only 8 people on the planet that know this song. This is a great gig. 1:45, nowhere to go. You order one more, the bartender says no. You should have been home several hours ago. What the hell, so what else is new? Your wife probably chained and bolted the door, so you'd have to knock, yeah, she's done that before. Your dog would start barking and pee on the floor, so what are you going to do? The waitress is showing romantic intentions. As you gather your car keys, she casually mentions that if it's not out of your way, she could use a lift home. 1:45, the waitress, she snores. You carry your boots to the patio door, but she's got a dog you didn't notice before, and he's roughly twice your size. His ears start to twitch, he shows you his teeth. You back away slowly on unsteady knees, return to the bed and crawl under the sheets with Rover right by your side. As the minutes tick by, you happen to spy what you failed to notice before. The waitress in white on her wedding night, and the groom in a blue uniform. Oh, 1:45, dog by your side, sound of the car door slamming outside. Nowhere to run to and nowhere to hide. Whatever will be, will be. Key in the lock, he opens the door, calls to the beast that's asleep on the floor. Big tail wagging, he runs out the door, and just like that you're free and safe at the wheel of your automobile. You count your good fortunes again. You look death in the eye, and you still did not die. Now don't it feel good to gamble and win? 1:45, you're finally back home. Seems like a week, maybe 2, you've been gone. But why is the furniture out on the lawn, and most of your clothing too? Your key doesn't open the lock on the door. Your wife says she just couldn't take anymore. Seems like it cost you a little bit more than only an hour or 2. Hey buddy, it sucks to be you. See, that join me in the bedroom part of me never went away. I still have that streak.
Was that autobiographical?
No.
How long is dog
I have a 5-pound cat. Wouldn't think of peeing on the floor. I'll leave you with my newest one. This is called You Don't Know, for Robin. You don't know what you are to me. You don't know. You would not believe the you I see. You don't know, but you think you do, and you think that it's me for you, but it's you for me. It's not like we never loved before, but this kind of love is so much more than enough. You don't know what Just the thought of you can make me smile. It's not like we never loved before, but this kind of love is so much more than enough. You don't know what you mean to me. You don't know that you're everything I have in mind. Know that I'm gonna love you till I die, and beyond until the end of time.
Thank you, folks.
Be right back.